Hello and welcome to the Level 1 Professional Cookery Diploma. We have put this presentation together to hopefully answer any burning questions you might have about the course. Hello again. Right, to start with, my name is Robert Tessier and I am the course coordinator for Ballymena, and Simon Clark is the course coordinator for the Ballymoney campus. So if you need to email either of us, that is our email addresses if you have any questions you need to ask after this presentation. Right, hello again. So this course has been designed for anyone that wants to work in a professional kitchen. That's whether you want to work on desserts or main courses or butchery. One thing you're going to learn is to work as part of a team, because in hospitality, teamwork is probably one of the most important things you have to learn. Also, we're going to teach you knife skills, because obviously for anyone that wants to work in a kitchen, you need to have good knife skills so you can keep all your fingers. So you need to buy your knives. You'll be given a list to get some knives at the beginning, and it's strongly recommended that you get these knives so you can develop your own skills. You're going to be working with equipment that you might not have heard of or seen before, so you will need to understand how these things work to get the best results you can from the ingredients you're working with. And then obviously at the beginning you're going to be learning different cooking techniques, so it could be boiling, steaming, poaching, grilling, roasting, frying, so all these different kind of cooking techniques that you need to learn. Okay, so one of the first things you're going to do on this course is learn to develop your hands-on skills, gaining experience in the kitchens. You'll be working in the kitchen 1 day a week to serve the canteen for the entire college. This course has been designed for anyone that has an interest or a passion in cooking, because you'll be working with new ingredients and equipment that you've probably never seen or heard before. So you're going to gain an understanding and a knowledge of all these new things. The first thing you will be doing once you start the course is gaining a hygiene certificate, which you must have if you want to serve food. So if you're looking for a part-time job, this will definitely help, because you need one of these to be able to, like I say, to work in kitchens in the industry. Um, you will gain lots of friends, hopefully, in the college as well, because straight away you've all got something in common. You're all interested in the same thing, and it will help with your networking, because in the catering trade, it's a small community of people. Everyone seems to know everyone. So the harder you work, and the better you work, and the faster you work, the quicker you will progress up the ladder and hopefully get paid more. Right, so the level 1 PCD course is a full-time course, but it only runs from Monday to Thursday, of which you'll have 3 of those days will be in the kitchen. The Friday we generally don't have you in, because Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, for obvious reasons, are the busiest days in the catering industry. So that is when you're most likely to be able to work. So we strongly recommend that you get yourselves a part-time job for those days. So when you come in to college, we can see the improvements, not only because of the work you're doing in college, but because of the work you're doing in the industry, in the real world as it was, and that definitely helps yourself. Um, you have to have English and Maths or ICT. If you don't, it's not a problem, because we do offer essential skills, but you have to go on these courses if you don't have Maths, English, or ICT. So if you have a C or above in any of those qualifications, then you're exempt from it. But if you don't, then it is part of the course and you have to do the essential skills. Okay, so if you want to achieve the professional cookery diploma qualification, obviously you have to achieve the bakery, the larder, and the theory that goes with these topics. You will be spending a long time in the kitchens, but you do need to do the theory to back up the knowledge you've gained in the kitchens, to understand why we do what we do, because there's a reason for everything. It's not rocket science. Obviously, you have to have a good attendance here. There's no point in you applying to come on this course and then not turning up. You don't turn up, you're not gonna pass. So obviously, attendance is important. You will be getting knives and PPE at the beginning. We will give you a list and a company that will supply it for you. You're not going to get it cheaper anywhere else, and we will tell you what you need, and that will be for the entire course. Obviously, at the end of the course, you get to take this stuff home with you, and then you can use it when you get yourselves a job. Obviously, the PPE has to be clean and tidy. We don't expect people to turn up for the kitchen work in dirty uniforms or scruffy uniforms. They have to be cleaned and ironed. You have to look presentable. The work you're going to be doing will be to a high standard. You have to remember that you're cooking for other people that will be paying for the food that you're doing, so it has to be to a hygienic and good standard. And obviously you have to have the right attitude towards yourself and to other people, because obviously the hospitality is all about teamwork. So you have to treat people with respect, and basically treat them the way you want to be treated, and then everything will go smoothly. Okay, so when you start PCD1 in either Ballymena or Ballymoney, you will have access to all the computers in the campus. And on the computers, there is a website called Canvas, which you can access, and it will have all the information you need on the modules or the units you are doing at that present time. There are two assignments that you do need to complete. The first one is on the catering industry as a whole. So obviously from the service sector or the commercial sector, it helps you understand all the different jobs that are out there. So depending on your own personal circumstances, you can get a job that fits around your lifestyle. So you can be working in prisons or schools or the army, or in an office block for the service sector, or if you're going into the commercial sector, you can be working in the next Michelin star restaurant in Belfast or Barbados or Australia or wherever it is you want to travel. So there are benefits to each job, obviously, financially and time bound. So we will go into those things. And then the other one is the healthy eating. Obviously, in today's society, people are a lot more health conscious. So you need to have a better understanding of how to make food healthier. Allergens, obviously, people have a lot more allergens nowadays, so you need to have an understanding about that as well. You can't go giving someone nut brittle if they're allergic to nuts for obvious reasons. So you're going to learn about all these things you can and can't do to keep yourselves right. Okay, at the beginning of the course, you will be given a sheet with all the PPE and knives that you're going to need to buy for the course. Now, it is a necessity to buy these things because you have to work hygienically. Also, you need to have your own knives to help develop your own knife skills. The cost is around £180. But if you want to do any trade, you need to have your own PPE and equipment. So to do this course, you have to have the stuff that we're asking you to buy. Okay, so once you've completed the professional cookery diploma, level one, the next progression would be to do the level two course, which you can apply for once you've completed the level one course. You need the level two course to actually be qualified as a chef. And then once you've done the level two course, obviously you can then decide to go out into the industry and take a full-time job, or you can stay with the college and move on to the level three course in advanced cooking, which would be more for the people that are looking to work in the commercial sector rather than the service sector, because you're working at a much higher level. So we're talking about molecular gastronomy, we're talking about the sciences, we're talking about making food that is of a much higher standard than what you would have done in level 1 and level 2. Okay, so the first question that most people ask is, what qualifications do I need to go on this course? And the answer is you don't need any qualifications, but the more qualifications you do have, the better your chances are of actually gaining a place on the course. If we go above the numbers we need, then obviously we're going to pick the students with the most qualifications. And how long does the course last? So the course starts in September and finishes basically at the end of the May, beginning of June. So it will be 2022 when it finishes. Okay, so when it comes to qualifications, for to gain access to the level 1 course, as it says there, you don't need any qualifications to get on the course, but you do need, no, you don't need. Okay, so the burning question that everyone has is, once I finish my GCSEs, what do I need to gain access to this course? So you don't need any qualifications to actually gain access to this course. But the better your qualifications, the better your chances of getting on the course. For length of time, it basically starts in September, so you'll be starting the course at the beginning of September, hopefully, and it should run till the end of May, beginning of June. Okay, so for those of you that are accepted on the course, we will be giving you a list of things that you need to get. There's no point in anyone going into a catering shop and just buying a load of stuff, because you'll probably not need a lot of it. So we have actually done up a list for you so you know exactly what it is you need to get. And we're working with a company that will help you get all that stuff exactly the way you need it. Normally we would have a day for you to come in and try on the uniforms, but obviously at this current time we're not sure if that's going to happen or not. But on the sheet it does give you information on how to do your own measurements. So that will probably, like it says, be around £180. There are no hidden costs. Once you've bought that uniform and equipment, that's basically it. The only thing you might want to buy after that is, when you're working in the bakery, there will be a lot of desserts and cakes and biscuits and things like that for you that you will be making, and you have the option afterwards to purchase these products to take home, but it's only like a pound or so. Right, so when you go onto the college website and you actually apply for a course, you have to build a profile of yourself. Now, we strongly recommend that you take your time and get this done correctly. Also, I would strongly advise that if anything changes, i.e. your address or contact details, that you please go online and change this. Also, when it comes to your qualifications, obviously I appreciate at the beginning it's all going to be predicted grades. When it comes to actually getting your qualifications, you will have to change what you wrote down for your actual grades, because you will have to actually bring these things into college for us to actually um, photocopy, just for proof. Um, so make sure you fill this in correctly. Okay, so when you actually go onto the college website and apply for a course, you need to build a profile up of yourselves. I strongly recommend that you take your time in doing this so you get everything correct, because if we need to get in contact with you, it would be difficult if the stuff that you've put down is incorrect. So please take your time and get that done correctly. And if anything changes, please make sure you go online and change that so we can get hold of you if we need to. Right, so when you actually go onto the college website and apply for a course, you will have to build a profile of yourselves. I strongly recommend that you take your time in doing this, make sure you get it correct, make sure there's no mistakes, and then if there are any changes, i.e. address or contact details, then please make sure you get that changed as soon as possible, so if we need to get in contact with you, we can. Okay, so you can find information about all these things below. The one thing I would strongly recommend is if you're not in walking distance from any of the colleges and you do need a travel pass for the bus or the train, I strongly recommend that you get one of those forms filled out and sent off as soon as possible, um, even before you get accepted on a course, just to make sure it's there for you when you start the college in September. Okay, thank you for watching and listening to the presentation. Obviously, you have our emails at the top of the slides. So if there are any questions that we weren't able to answer on this that you need to ask, all you have to do is email us and we will get back to you as soon as possible to answer any questions. And hopefully we will see you come September, all being well. Thank you.